Sudama was a poor Brahmin and lived on charity. He married Sushila, a pious lady. He didn't even have enough money to provide sufficient food and clothing to his family. Scene 1. Sudama's hut.
It doesn't matter if we are hungry, but we shall at least be able to feed the children enough.
What can be done? We can't ask for favors from anybody.
I have always heard you speak of your childhood friend Krishna. He's king of Dwarka now. Can we now approach him for some help?
My friend Krishna. But how can I ask him for help? It won't.
Scene 3. Sudama on his way back home. This is the story of two boyhood friends, Krishna and Sudama. In the ashram of Rishi Sandipani, both Krishna and Sudama were classmates. Krishna left Vrindavana at 16, and later he married Rukmani and went to live as king of Dwarka. Sudama was a poor Brahmin and lived on charity. He married Sushila, a pious lady. He didn't even have enough money to provide sufficient food and clothing to his family. Scene 1. Sudama's hut.
It doesn't matter if we are hungry, but we shall at least be able to feed the children enough.
What can be done? We can't ask for favors from anybody.
I have always heard you speak of your childhood friend Krishna. He's king of Dwarka now. Can we now approach him for some help?
My friend Krishna. But how can I ask him for help? It won't be right.
My dear Lord, please go to him, I beg you. I cannot bear to see you in this condition any longer. At least for the children's sake, you must change your mind.
I wonder whether Krishna would remember me. I don't want any material benefit from him.
It's been a long time since you have seen him, so why don't you just pay him a visit?
I'll definitely go to Krishna, but what should I take along for his children?
Oh, we have nothing. Okay, I'll find something.
Sushila borrowed some rice from their neighbor. She bound the food in an old torn piece of cloth, and Sudama took the bundle and left for Dwarka. Scene 2. Krishna, along with Rukmani, are enjoying the dance, Ras Leela, in their palace, Dwarka. After a few days of journey, he reached Dwarka. On seeing Dwarka, Sudama was amazed. The entire town was happy, and people were very well off. He asked directions for Krishna's palace and finally reached there. At Krishna's palace, the guard stopped him.
Who are you? What brings you here?
I want to meet the king.
The king? What possible business can you have with him?
He is my childhood friend. Go and tell him that Sudama has come to meet him.
The guard smirked on seeing Sudama's attire. However, he hesitantly went and informed Krishna of Sudama's arrival. On hearing Sudama's name, Krishna immediately stood up and ran barefooted to meet his poor friend.
Oh, Sudama, is that really you? Where have you been all this time? I missed you. How are you? Oh, Krishna, how are you? Come inside, Sudama. You are an honored guest. Rukmani, look who's here. This is Sudama, my friend.
Dear sir, welcome. I have heard my lord speak so much about you.
Get me some warm water to wash the feet of my dear friend. He must be really tired. Pour some water. Let me wash my beloved friend's feet.
Let me go make all the arrangements for his comfort.
I cannot understand why Krishna is worshipping this poor Brahmin. He's poorly dressed and not very clean either.
Sudama was bathed with sweet-smelling perfumed oils and is given rich clothes to wear. Then they gave him refreshments while Rukmani fanned him. All the courtiers wondered why Krishna gave such special treatment to a ragged old man. After a feast, the two friends sat down to talk.
I have never seen Krishna so happy before. Tell us some of your childhood stories.
My dear Sudama, remember those school days when you and I were living together at the Gurukul, like the time we went to collect wood from the forest? Yes, and while collecting the dried wood, we entered deeper and deeper into the forest and became lost. There was an unexpected dust storm, lightning in the sky, and the explosive sound of thunder. Then there was also a severe rainfall. The whole ground was flooded, and we could not find our way back to Guru's ashram. We felt greatly pained. In that distressed condition, we took each other's hand and tried to find our way out. We passed the whole night in the dark on a tree. Guru Mata gave us some puffed rice to eat in case we came back late. Sudama, do you remember you felt very hungry and you ate all the puffed rice without saving anything for me? Yes, and early the next morning when our absence was noticed, our Gurudev along with some of his disciples came to search us and found us in this distressed condition. Gurudev said, "My dear boys, everyone wants to protect himself first, but you boys are so faithful that you have taken so much trouble for me." And then he blessed us by saying, "May all of your desires and ambitions be fulfilled."
Seeing Krishna's wealth, Sudama felt ashamed of the rice snacks that he had brought and tried to hide the bundle, but Krishna snatched it from him.
"Oh, what have you brought for me?" "Nothing, Krishna. It's really nothing." "Has your wife sent some nice edibles for me?" "So you do remember that I like sweet puffed rice the most. I have never tasted such sweetness in anything else."
That is enough, my lord. Don't eat everything. Should I also not have a share of what your friend has brought for us?
Our Lord is so kind to his devotees that even this one morsel of puffed rice pleases him greatly.
Later, they sat to have their meal, which was served in gold plates. Sudama felt sad as he had remembered his hungry children at home. He stayed at the palace for 2 days, but he couldn't prepare himself to ask Krishna for any favors. On the third day, he got ready to go back home. Krishna embraced Sudama and escorted him out as he bid him farewell. Scene 3. Sudama on his way back home.
"What shall I say when my wife asks me what I've brought back?"
Sudama started thinking of possible excuses he could give his wife, and remembering the several incidents that had occurred in the palace, he gradually reached his own home. He could not find his hut. Instead, his wife came out from a grand castle and dressed in elegant clothing.
"What are all these changes? Does this place belong to me?"
Look at Krishna's might. We've been rid of our poverty. Krishna has ended all of our miseries.
Sudama recollected Krishna's pure love, and his eyes welled up with tears of joy.
"I have always been a poor man. I do not find any cause for this other than my friend Lord Krishna's Leela. When Krishna receives a little thing in love and affection from his devotee, he considers it a great and valuable gift. I simply offered him a morsel of puffed rice, and in exchange he has given me opulences greater than those of a king. I pray that I never forget the devotional service to his lotus feet, Lord Shri Krishna."
So friends, we all saw how pure the friendship of Krishna and Sudama was. True love doesn't distinguish between high and low status or between riches and poverty. Therefore today, even after thousands of years, the friendship of Krishna and Sudama is remembered all over the world as a symbol of true love.
Please give a big round of applause for this wonderful devoted team who have put together this play. Subil as Krishna, Rushil as Sudama, Sudama's wife Sushila as Mansi, Rukmani is Shivi, and Satvik is the god, Omi and Viksha. And Charu and Siddharth, give big round of applause to them because they have put a lot of effort in putting this together. Thank you.
Haribol. Thank you. It's a kindly make sure you don't leave here without prasadam. So there is two prasadam lines. So please help yourself.